Okay, today we are solving systems with three variables. So we have to solve for x, y, and z. When you have three variables, you need three equations. And when you write your answer, it'll be an ordered triple. One thing I'm going to caution you about is please make sure you write the problem correctly from the book, because that's one common mistake. Be careful for your negatives. And make sure you're using a pencil with a good eraser, because one little mistake will throw everything off. Okay, I'll start off with this equation. What you want to try to do is we'll use two equations at a time. And you want to try to see which variable it'll be easy to eliminate. So, I'm going to number my rows so you'll know which row is which when I'm talking. I notice in row 1 and 3, if I put those two rows together, the y's will cancel out. So I'm going to start with row 1. And make sure you write it correctly now. And then row 3. And I'm going to add those two rows together because the y's will cancel. But look, so do the z's. So then you have 6x equals 18. So x is 3. So then you pick two different rows, because I just used 1 and 3. And maybe we can use 1 and 2. And since we already have x, I'm just going to plug that in. So that will leave me with 6 minus y plus z equals 4. I'm going to subtract the 6. Negative y plus z equals negative 2. Then over here I'm going to subtract 3. 3y minus z equals 8. I'm going to put this row and this row together so that I can make another system. I'm going to box it so you'll see. So I have 3y minus z equals 8 and negative y plus z equals negative 2. And I'm going to add these two together. So the z's cancel. And you'll get 2y equals 6. So y equals 3. Now once you get two variables, you pick one of the original ones to help you solve for whatever missing variable is left. So I'm going to just use the first equation. So I have 2 times 3 minus 3, because 3 was y, plus z equals 4. So that's 6 minus 3 plus z equals 4. So that's 3 plus z equals 4. Subtract 3, so z equals 1. Once you get all three, you write it as a ordered triple, alphabetically. So x was 3, y was 3, and z was 1. And the way that you check your answer is you go back and plug it into all three equations, and if they all come out to be true, then that is your solution. Okay, let's look at this equation. I'm going to number my equations again. if you notice, in equations 1 and 2, if I added those together, the y's are going to cancel. So this is equation 1 and equation 2. So the y's cancel, and I have x plus 3z equals negative 6. Alright, so what I have to do now is pick two different equations and make the y's cancel. So I'll use equations 2 and 3. So this is 2, and this is 3. Alright, so in order for these to cancel, the top row has to be multiplied by 2. So that'll give me 2y plus 2z equals 2. Now when I add them together, the y's cancel and I'm left with x plus 5z equals 2. So I will put these two rows together. X plus 3z equals negative 6. X plus 5z equals 2. So I'm going to make the x's cancel. So I'm going to multiply this whole bottom row by negative 1. So that's x plus 3z equals negative 6. Negative x minus 5z equals negative 2. So the x's cancel. We get negative 2z equals negative 8. So z equals 4. Then what you're going to do is either pick the first box equation or the second one to find x. I'm going to use the first one. So x plus 3 times 4 equals negative 6. And then I will subtract 12. So x will equal negative 18. And then, once you get x and z, or you can actually plug it back into either of those equations, I'm going to use equation 2. Because that's y plus z equals 1. So y equals negative 3. Okay, so now I can write my solution. So my ordered triple would be negative 18, negative 3, and 4. Okay, then we'll try one more. Okay, in this last example, if you notice they've already given us z. So all you have to do is we're going to work our way up. So we'll start from the bottom. And you'll get 2y plus 4 times z. Well, we already have z. So 2y plus 16 equals 0. Subtract 16. So y equals negative 8. And then you use y and z to help you find x in the first equation. So then, after plugging everything in, just combine like terms. And then once you get your 3, write as an order triple. X always comes first, then Y, then Z. And that will conclude our lesson.